Hey, what's up, y'all? In today's Coaster Spotlight, we're going to talk about a great ride at a little park called Knoebels Grove in Elysburg, Pennsylvania. They've got some great coasters like Impulse, which is a zero sort of Eurofighter, the Twister recreation, which is another excellent ride I'll be featuring later. They've got some fun rides like Cosmos Curves that everyone in the family can enjoy. Of course, the recreation of the flying turns, but best of all, they have the Phoenix. And this is one of the greats. This is one of the best wooden coasters standing right now, at least of what I've ridden. I've ridden hundreds of coasters, over 100 wooden coasters, and this is definitely one of my very favorite coasters that I've ridden. In terms of if I had to choose favorites, it'd probably be Boulder Dash, El Toro, and the Phoenix. So, most of you probably know the history of this ride. It was originally built for Playland in San Antonio by PTC sometime in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken. And unfortunately, that park closed in the 80s. And Dick Knoebel from Knoebels Groves, now Knoebels Amusement Resort, moved it to the park and reopened it and christened it the Phoenix. And all I can say is I'm really happy he did that, because this is an outstanding ride, and everyone I know who has ridden it absolutely loves it. The specs on this ride are not overwhelming. It's 78 feet tall. I think it's somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 feet long. It's just basically a typical roller coaster. When you think of a roller coaster, this is about what you would think of if you think of a wooden coaster. But the Phoenix is orchestrated so well from start to finish. It starts out with that great tunnel. Then it's got a nice first drop that's kind of stomachy, and you get a little bit of float. And then you go through the first turn, which is speedy. It's not slow. The second drop is, again, a repeat of the first. It's kind of stomachy and fun. And then the ride starts to pick up speed from there. And each turn gets successively faster. And each run of hills, you get more and more airtime until the final run, of course, is the infamous bonanza of ejector air until you get into the station and take the fast turn into the station. It's just, the orchestration on this ride is outstanding. And then you've got the factor of the nostalgia of it. You can, when you walk into the station, you can smell the wood, you can smell the grease from the chain, and you can see the chaser lights in the evening, and it's just everything that is good about a traditional wooden coaster can be found on the Phoenix, including an outstanding operating crew who can get this ride out in 30 seconds probably. They usually have a train ready to go, loaded, ready to go before the other train is even at the point where they can release the train in the station. You've got the skid brakes, you've got the swing down lap bars that don't swing down very far at all, and a lack of seat belts. So you've got so much freedom to enjoy the airtime on this ride. And it just from start to finish, the nostalgia, the look of the ride nestled in the woods, the way it rides, everything about it is stellar. There's absolutely no way that you can rave too much about this coaster. And what's more, it's fun. It's not so intense that not everyone in the family can ride it. If someone is willing to ride a coaster, they can ride this coaster and they're going to enjoy it. And most likely what's going to happen is they're going to run down the ramp afterwards and want to get back on. And thanks to Knoebel's stellar operations, they're going to be able to do that. It's just awesome. And you can tell Knoebels loves this ride, and because they take such great care of it. It's always been smooth since I've ridden it. It always rides like a brand new coaster. There are no potholes, there's no shimmying. It's just great. And you can see even in this POV that I'm showing right here, yeah, I wish this dude in front of me had kept his hands down so it wasn't all in my video, but he's having a great time. His kids in front of him are having a great time. Everybody on the train is having a great time. And ultimately, when we ride coasters, that's what we're looking for. We may be looking for airtime. We may say we like loops. We may say we like whatever. But ultimately, we want a good time on the ride. And you will definitely find that on the Phoenix. So if you haven't been to Knoebels Amusement Resort, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this ride. And that's it. There's really nothing more to say. So take care and enjoy the ride.